everything, but you don't know anything. Everything, but you don't know anything.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 5 of the Midnight Channel. I'm joined today
my
by
friend spent
Brandon and Ivan.
$200 on this game.
You just heard Ivan when I didn't
Okay,
so you know what, that's okay. Alright,
He's about to spend $100 today.
but yeah, so welcome to episode 5 of the Midnight Channel. I am deafened while they were in the middle of a conversation. Sorry for interrupting. You guys can go ahead and finish.
It's okay, we were
Genshin, don't
basically
worry about
done.
No, everyone's spending money on Genshin.
Ah, okay.
And I'm very tempted to spending money on it.
Okay. I thought that would happen to Brandon. I didn't think that would happen to Ivan.
I'm
but yeah.
really loving this game.
I don't spend money on anything, ever.
Yeah, same here. I've basically been playing games that's like $10 or free.
Brandon, you got the anime tracer pack. What do you mean you don't spend money on anything ever?
Damn, that's a cool wall.
Yeah.
I bought that day one. I didn't spend an hour playing Call of Duty. Not a minute before I bought an anime pack. Because I had the money for it. I was like, fuck it. It was like 2 a.m. So I'm like, anime. That's all I need. I didn't spend a second in Call of Duty before I bought it.
Yeah, I think maybe once I get my first paycheck, I'm going to spend money on Genshin.
I've never spent money on a gacha game, but you know what? That's okay. Well, I don't know if you guys are able to hear me, but I'm joined today by Brandon and Ivan. Berto was gonna make it, but unfortunately something big happened and he couldn't make it. Hopefully he can make it next time. But yeah, I just wanted to preface with saying that. Before we get into the topics, I did want to talk about what we've all been playing. And as you guys were probably already hearing, you guys could probably guess what they've been playing. So, Brandon, go ahead and talk about what you spent 50 hours on this past week.
It's like a good solid 48. Okay. I've been playing Genshin. It's really fun.
It's like a little kid. I've been playing Genshin.
It's kind of fun. I've been playing a lot of it. It's been like 4 hours a day for me.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Which it's not like a ton. People spend so much time on games. But I'm almost caught up to Isabel. Isabel had like a week and a half head start on me. And she's adventure rank 27. And I just made it to 24. So I've been playing it a lot. And I'm not going to spend money on it because I have to pre-order a couple other games. But the moment that's not an issue anymore, I'm so buying the Battle Pass on it.
Anything else you've been playing?
I finished Xenoblade.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey.
You finished off the game.
Oh, it was really, really good. I really, really, really enjoyed it. The Future Connected was fantastic, and it took me 52 streams to finish that game. I think that's what we counted it. I think it was 8 for Future Connected and like 44 for for the main game. Yeah, Persona's next if I can get the fucking thing to work.
I think it will. I'm pretty sure it's your CPU overloading because I don't know what
It is.
happened to your CPU, but
There's not a lot I can do. I mean, if it is, then if I can't just like move some stuff or figure something out or change some settings on OBS, there's not much I can do
share your screen.
past
I'll
that.
stream it for you.
Yes, do it. I'll actually get views.
Stop. All right. What about you, Evan? What have you been playing?
I've been playing the same games I've always been playing. I've been playing a lot of Phasmophobia, which has been getting so many consistent updates every single day. I'm so happy for the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's been getting really, really updated like time. That's great.
yep. I just started playing 13 Sentinels, albeit only for like maybe an hour or two. I've
Okay.
been trying to find more time. Probably once I actually go back home and then be in a different setting, I'm gonna be able to play the game more.
Okay.
And I'm still playing Genshin. Brandon said you were like adventure rank 25, right?
24. I'm
24.
three-quarters of the way. A quarter of the way to 25.
I am adventure rank 50. Um,
It's not bad.
I was actually adventure rank 45 yesterday, but I've been staying as adventure rank 45 for like probably a month now, and you can save up your XP if you don't ever want to ascend to the next world level. And so I decided to ascend with my friends, and I went from 45 straight to 50.
Is that
Nice.
max?
And no,
No,
max
it's not.
is I think right now you can go to 60.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have a soft lock on the max rank. It's not that you don't get any more XP. It's just that compared to everything else, it's like, oh, if you want to get to this next level, you have to get like 28,000 XP. But for adventure rank 60 right now, they did a soft lock where it's like you have to get like 600,000 XP.
God.
So it's not really, you don't really stop there. It just gathers up XP until they actually unlock more stuff.
Hmm.
And I'm very tempted to spend money on this game. I'm probably gonna buy the battle pass. It's just $10, and I'm also gonna buy another thing for like a month, which is $5. Just because I really like the game and I really want some characters.
Nice.
I
How
rolled.
many?
Oh, sorry.
No, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, no.
I
I was
rolled.
good. I would have changed the topic, so go ahead.
I rolled. I rolled Beta, and her voice
Ooh.
actress
Is
is the same person who voices Dorothea and Shamir, and I
yes,
love her with all my heart.
Shamir. You can definitely hear Shamir's voice from Beto, and it's
Mhm.
very awesome.
Oh,
I think
she's
I
so
told
great.
this to Jesus too, but Jesus never really played. I was like, "Hey, Jesus, um, this character in Genshin is the same voice actor as Shamir, and you can really tell, and it's awesome."
Yeah,
Super easy to
I
roll.
knew. I knew. I saw her post about it on. It was on Twitter and on TikTok.
Yeah,
Yeah, super easy to roll.
yeah,
It's all luck, but she's a 4-star, so you'll get her really quickly
she's
if
pretty
you
fun.
know you play the game. Touch.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
You can get into the game whenever you want, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's still there's actually going to be a new update tomorrow. Well, not a new update, but a new event tomorrow where you can play with friends.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's
I
super,
started it,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
didn't really get super. It's fun, but I don't know. I don't think it's really hard for me to get into live service based games. And I love gacha. I love gacha just because it's addicting, but I don't like the grind. But I also don't like spending money. So, uh,
Free game,
I don't
baby.
know. Yeah. And Xenoblade has kind of a similar mechanic where you open it and then you get a character, kind of similar gacha mechanic, but you earn them through the game and you can't buy them. Or Xenoblade 2, not Xenoblade. Because Brian just finished that, so he probably would have found out.
I must admit something in Xenoblade 1 I
I,
don't remember.
I just want to say it
Game.
because you looked a little worried there for a second. You're
I
like,
was
what did I
my
miss?
bad. Persona 4 can wait. I can go back. Give me the one.
Yeah, no, it's in Xenoblade 2. Well, you'll get to Xenoblade 2 if Persona 4 doesn't work.
Yeah, I'll get there like sooner or later. Like, yeah. I gotta take the stick off.
But yeah, Ivan, I wanted to ask, how many characters have you been able to play as in 13 Sentinels?
I forgot.
Okay, because I just
It's
unlocked the
been like
fourth.
it's been like a week.
Okay. All right. Well, with
Yeah.
that, I guess I can go ahead and introduce what I've been playing. And I've been playing 13 Sentinels. I just started it earlier in the week. I'm still early on, still doing the prologues for each character, but there's battles within, or like to before each prologue, there's a battle, and it's a lot of fun. I didn't think I'd have as much fun with it. It's really, really beautiful. Before I started 13 Sentinels, I had beaten Doom Eternal. Thank you, Diana. Um, it was a really good game. I also beat Miles Morales, so that was fun. I think I started in the last 2 weeks and I beat it. Excuse me, in the last 2 weeks since the last podcast. And Miles Morales was also a fantastic game. Uh, I started Age of Calamity. Age of Calamity is really good. Some frame rate issues, but not like as bad as I thought. Some areas are worse than others, but overall still really enjoyable. And the music, I'm not gonna lie, some of the music is like really it can if it keeps up with like the whole game, it could match Final Fantasy VII Remake as best soundtrack of the year for me because I love the Age of Calamity music, and that's what I've been playing recently. Oh, and I've still been playing Phasmo. Yeah, so that's what we've been playing recently. So let's go ahead and get into the news topics. And the first topic today uh, was pretty major in my opinion. Some people weren't surprised by it, but I was surprised by it because it doesn't happen often. And Nintendo bought a new, or not a new studio. Nintendo bought a studio last week, and that studio is Next Level Games. Next Level Games made the Super Mario Striker series, and they also made Luigi's Mansion 2 and 3. And they also made some other games, but they weren't for Nintendo. But that's what they made for Nintendo. And what surprised me about it is that Nintendo doesn't really buy studios. Intelligent Systems, they don't own Intelligent Systems. The last studio they bought before Next Level Games was Monolith Soft, and that was in 2013, I think.
Next Level Games made Punch Out
Yes.
2009.
Wait, no, wasn't that Oh no, yeah, that is Next Level Games.
It says developed by them.
No, it is. I got confused by what Ginka said earlier today because he thought Retro made it, and he thought Retro made Punch Out on the Wii. Yeah. Next Level Games also made Punch Out on the Wii.
Yeah, I'm glad Nintendo bought them.
Yeah.
Make things.
This was
Make another Strikers.
please.
Please make another Strikers
Please.
and make it like the GameCube version.
I don't think
Please.
they will make another one because Strikers is the reason that Nintendo started smacking down on the image of Mario with like with how the characters were portrayed in Strikers with Waluigi humping the air humping and smacking everyone into electric fences and the art in general being a lot more brutal. They're the reason why they started smacking down on designs and stuff.
Okay. No Strikers.
We'll see.
Make another Punch Out.
Hopefully.
Make another Punch Out.
They
Holy
need,
shit.
Well, Punch Out was like really. Let's see how does it. It leaned a lot into stereotypes.
Stereotyped everyone. It wasn't even playing field.
Yeah. No, like that's the point.
fair.
It was stereotype. It was stereotype for everyone. But I can see if they would do that right now, people would get very angry.
But they used pre-made characters for Punch Out in 09. Just use the same ones again. No one's had a problem with them yet.
Well, because no, who's playing Punch Out Wii right now?
They were represented in Smash.
Yeah, but that's
Punch-Out?
Little Mac. That's Little
No.
Mac. That's not. They didn't add like.
That counts though.
Donkey
still
Kong is
represents
Punch-Out.
technically.
I completely forgot about Little Mac.
Yeah, Little Mac.
Such a bad character.
Also, if you want to get technical, Donkey Kong wasn't Punch Out Wii. So, if you really want to get technical, there's two representations of Punch Out in Smash.
I can't believe
We
I
don't
can't
count
believe,
Matt.
I can't believe that how badly they just destroyed. Lil Mac is so bad in Smash. He's just so terrible in both games. He was bad in Smash 4 and he's bad in Ultimate. I mean, you
He's
stick to
kind of better in
feature.
Ultimate compared to 4.
No, he's better in 4.
No, is he?
I think he's better
More
in
people
4.
used him. More people used him in 4, but I don't know about him.
But then again, there's more characters and
Whoa.
Oh,
Was he cutting out for you too,
Oh,
Brandon?
yeah,
Hello?
yeah. It was like.
Okay, I thought it was
weird.
me.
All right, well, we're good.
Alright, you're
But
good now.
Smash 4 had just Smash 4 was just defense. You played defense in Smash 4. You played slower. You can go all out, but you just I mean, so many characters in Smash 4 just shut down pressure really well. I mean, it just played to Mac better, just how like slow and defensive that game could be at times. Ultimate is just hyperactive, like aggressiveness. That's what Ultimate is built off of.
So,
Yep.
Nintendo has 2 studios in the US now. Before they only had Retro Studios. Now they have Next Level Games. And I think that because they're both based in the US, I think Nintendo can send some people from Next Level to Retro to help out with Metroid Prime 4.
You'll send me.
They'll send you.
Here comes Ivan.
Retro is in my city, says Marissa. Marissa, let me visit Retro.
I have a game store named Retro Game Planner. They were sick.
It's
It's still there.
I know
That
a
was
retro
sick.
game store that I still go to. They have a lot of cool stuff.
But yeah, so not so yeah, two studios. They said in their statement when buying them that they can help them speed up development with future projects. They could give them like new equipment and overall is just better for them. But the thing is, I don't think Nintendo willingly bought them. I think they were kind of forced to because the Next Level Games was they were looking for buyers, but I think they reached out to Nintendo first, to see if they'd bite because they work together, and I'm pretty sure. So if Nintendo wouldn't have bought them, they would have been bought by someone else,
There would have been no more Luigi's Mansion 4.
or would have been made by someone else, but it probably
don't
would have
need
taken a
Luigi's
lot
Mansion
longer.
Bought by EA. Luigi's Mansion.
Ooh.
You have to
Ooh.
pay to go into the hotel.
Oh no!
It has an entrance fee.
Aww.
We don't need a Luigi's Mansion 4. It's fine.
We do need a Luigi's Mansion 4. We need 5 more Luigi's
Yeah,
Mansions.
Luigi's Mansion 3 was weird because it wasn't a mansion; it was a hotel.
Yeah, but
That's
I'm
good.
pretty sure. But I really like Luigi's Mansion 3.
Luigi's Mansion 3 was really good,
Okay, let's see.
as well as its multiplayer. The multiplayer is also really
Yes, it is. It is
I
really
didn't get to
fun.
play it.
It's fun.
good. We should play it.
What else was Next
Sure.
Level Games? They mentioned there was something else being said about them. Oh yeah, so this reminds a lot of people about like a Rare situation, because like the company Rare, because when Rare got bought out, Rare reached out to Nintendo to for them to buy them. Nintendo said no, and they were bought out by Microsoft. So
I
this
think
is
that was their biggest regret, and they were like, "We can't let Microsoft get this one again."
yeah. Either we can't let Microsoft, we can't just let anyone because who knows? Maybe Sony would have swooped in. Sony's been I think Sony's getting ready to buy someone right now. And I'm pretty
Bugs Next devs, please.
no, I'm pretty sure they're gonna.
What's next, devs?
Some people thought some people are saying that. I think they're gonna buy Blue Point though. Blue Point.
Recommend to anyone to 100% Bugs next.
Wait, what?
He
What about
recommends.
Recommend to anyone to 100% Bugs next.
Absolutely. What did Blue Point make, Donji?
Blue Point made Shadow of the Colossus remake and Demon Souls remake.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna buy them because I think I think the next Blue Point project is gonna be a Metal Gear Solid remake, but I don't have anything to base that off of. I just think that's what they'll because they've been working on remakes. I think they're like the Grezzo or Gresco, Gresco or Grezzo because there's a company. Let me look it up. Nintendo Grezzo. So Grezzo is Nintendo's like remake company. Basically, they made Ocarina of Time 3D, Majora's Mask 3D, Link's Awakening remake. They've basically been working on all those. So I think Blue Point's gonna try to, or Sony's gonna try to get Blue Point for some exclusive projects. But still on the topic of Nintendo, let's go ahead and get to the next news topic, which is that we got a new trailer a few days ago for Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, and that comes out February 12th, I believe.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys all watch? Did both of you watch it?
I watched it.
Hey, thank you
watched
for the
it.
follow, Robbery. Appreciate it.
I watched the entirety. I watched it when I woke up from bed and I was like, "Oh, what's this trailer about?" And so I watched it. And I was like, "This is pretty good." Because I was actually thinking of buying the game for my roommates, for all of us to play. But I might buy it. I might buy the game.
I'm 100. Because I didn't have a job at the time when when the Switch was coming out, I traded in a lot of my Wii U games, and 3D World was one of them because I was
kept 3D World.
because I was tired of it because I had 100%ed it by myself. 100%. So I didn't even want to look at that case anymore. I did not want to look at that case anymore. So I traded in, and I regret it because I wish I would have kept a lot of my Wii U games, but what's done is done. I can't do anything about that anymore. But what I can do is buy Super Mario 3D World on the Switch when it comes out.
I still have some of my old Wii U games. I sold half of them. Like I purged them just to get my extra money. Like
Okay.
Mario Kart 8, because I was like, "Oh, there's the deluxe version."
hmm
But then I was like, "Oh, there's no Super Mario 3D World for the Switch. I'm not gonna sell this."
I kept some of mine.
And now there's gonna be on the Switch, but I'm not gonna sell it anyways.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I kept both Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD. I kept Xenoblade X. I kept Mario Maker, and I kept Smash 4. I think those are the ones I kept.
I kept Nintendo Land. I kept Mario 3D World. I kept Smash 4, and Mario Maker. I think there's a couple other games that I also kept. Oh, there's right there.
Yes.
What else did I keep?
So Brandon.
Oh, Mario Party 10.
Oh,
and New Super Mario Bros. U.
Mario Party 10.
And
You
Mario
have
Bros.
to
U.
keep that one.
I kind of want to get New Super Mario Bros. U, but I didn't own it on the Wii U.
I have
I
100%
kept-
of the game, so I'm not gonna buy it again. But with 3D World, some new content.
Oh yeah. All right. So speaking of 3D World, Brandon, what did you think of the Bowser's Fury trailer?
It was very good. It's like the Odyssey fan in me really enjoyed seeing that. The Odyssey run anime. It's like, oh, it's happening. This is it. Yeah, no, it was really good. I watched it the moment it came out in in a waiting room, waiting to take my London Swimmer test. I skimmed through it really quickly, and I watched it directly after, like when I got home, after I took my test. And it was really, really good. I think that is really, really cool, and the whole Bowser Jr. stuff is really, really cool, and the whole scale of it is really, really cool.
And the graphics
really
for it
neat.
is also really nice.
Yeah,
I always really, really liked the graphics and the aesthetics for 3D World.
yeah, I did too. A lot of people have said this. I don't. Obviously, we don't know how much truth this holds, and we probably won't ever know. But when I saw it, I like immediately after my first thought was, I think this was supposed to be Odyssey DLC. I think this started as Odyssey DLC because it seems to have like a sunshine theme, and I'm pretty sure if we would have gotten Odyssey DLC, it would have been sunshine themed because Delfino Isle was originally supposed to be part of Odyssey, and they call them sunshine, not sunshine, or they call them something shines, or cat shines, or some
Cat shines.
yeah, they call them cat shines that you collect. So shines, Bowser Jr.'s paintbrush. They describe on the website they describe what Bowser's covered as some type of goop. So this seems like very sunshine-esque, especially like the tropical theme. So I think it started off as it. Also, I don't know if any of you caught that, but at the end of the trailer, when Mario's making his way to like the super giant bell, he dove in as regular Mario. He didn't have the cat suit. He dove like he does in Odyssey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did.
Hmm.
I just remembered
Can't
that.
do that in 3D World. I mean, you
So
were a Katsu, but
You can only launch him.
oh, the
Hmm.
long jump is so good.
yeah, and some other details came out. Like on the website, it says that the Captain Toad levels are up to 4 players now.
What?
Yeah,
Which is gonna be interesting because those Captain Toad levels are always small.
they're small, and
Oh, the-
I just don't know how they'll work in general because you can only
I wonder if they're gonna change them.
because yeah, maybe because even in Captain Toad the game you can only have a second player and that's Toadette.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they'll do it. I don't know if there's like, oh, it's up to 4 players. So like every time you die as Captain Toad, a new player takes control, or I don't or maybe
One
or
player takes control of Captain Toad. Another player takes control of the camera. Third player takes control of hiding the star. Fourth player takes control of the enemies.
yeah, it's like weird. I don't know how it'll work. But I'm intrigued and I'm super excited to play this online because I think this is gonna have a ton of replay value to play online. I just hope it works. I just really hope it works well.
I'm sure it will work. It's like really anything online for Switch is perfectly fine except for Smash.
Yeah, it's been Smash and Mario Maker 2. Those two are the only ones that haven't had really good online.
Yeah, Mario
Mario
Maker
Maker
2.
is
And even Mario Maker,
horrific.
and I think Mario Maker 2 works well with friends. I think it works horribly with strangers though. But
But
Mario
yeah,
Kart's
like
online is good. Arms probably has the best online in my opinion. I played Arms for and
Mario Kart also has a really good online as well as
Mhm.
Luigi's Mansion.
yeah.
Like
So
there's never a
Smash is
desync.
awful, though.
so fingers crossed on that.
Yeah, hopefully it's more like Mario Kart and less like Smash. Smash is online. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
No Smash, please.
Yeah.
I
But
just, oof.
oh, man, that trailer got me so amped up for the game. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. I'm really excited. I can't wait to stream it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Well,
Ooh, are you gonna play it solo, Brandon, or with other people?
I'm gonna play with Tachi.
Ooh.
Hopefully,
hopefully,
if nothing goes wrong.
hopefully,
Hopefully, if online's okay.
hopefully, if online's okay, yeah. Um, do you guys have any other thoughts on the game?
I'm glad it didn't have a sunshine theme.
The rainy graphics will always be amazing to me, even as a kid and now.
Yeah.
Just how everything is whenever it rains.
So
I was wondering too because I was looking at the trailer and I was like, yeah, they're back to the old graphics, and I remember thinking to myself while watching the trailer, I was like, I really wish they were to bring back those rainy levels that look super grim and dark in 3D World because I love those levels. And it popped up and I was like, yeah, hell yeah.
yeah. So I do want to add something else to it because so there was something else that came out yesterday. It was
Phasmophobia.
no, it's part of 3D World. So they released an overview trailer and they revealed a photo mode, and which is like straight out of Odyssey. And they also revealed what you can do now with stamps. Did you see what you can do now with stamps, Ivan? Since they removed Miiverse?
No, but I think you were the one that told me about it. Just a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you can use the stamps now in the photo mode, and the stamps are now fully colored.
Awesome. Getting stamps in this good. Like after getting all the stamps, I just felt everything was pointless because I couldn't do anything with it.
Mm-hmm. And now
Such better use.
yeah, it is.
I
'cause-
never want to try to 100% every level with 5 characters ever again.
we'll see. I think we might get a 6th character.
I remember playing back then. I had 4 controllers. I'd control all 4 in one stage.
Oh man, yeah.
I don't know how I did that, but ask my 13-year-old self.
No, I think we're getting a 6th character because
Oh god, that was 7 years ago. That's
yeah. Yeah.
Daisy.
I think there's a chance it's Daisy, but I don't know.
Free females, free males.
Well, I just what I just think it's I think we're gonna 6th one because I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the promo art it shows cats hanging out with Mario. and they're all
Oh,
different
the
colors.
weird colored one.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, the weird color one, because everyone else is colored like a
perfectly
character,
fine.
like a character.
Yeah.
So I don't know if maybe this cat is its own character and it's part of Bowser's Fury, or if it's which that's actually kind of that's another good like that's I think it's 50-50. I think it could be another character added, or I think it could be that. But I will say, when 3D World was first coming out, when they data mined it, they did find code for an unused 6 character that the placeholder was just another Mario, but they were
Yeah,
gonna use another
I saw the
character.
placeholder for that one be like an orange colored, but it was Mario.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if
So
it's gonna be Daisy.
I think the brand said that I think it has a good shot of being Daisy, which I don't know what they would do. I think they could also add Pauline.
Yeah.
I just feel like it'd be more fitting to have Peach, Daisy, and Rosalina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I pink gold peach.
Unless
Pink
we gotta remember
Peach.
it's Nintendo. We gotta remember it's Nintendo. They love to snub Daisy like away
Yeah.
from everything.
Yeah, they do.
Took them bad luck to get it in Smash.
They've only had a
She's
Peach
Smash
skin for her.
Ultimate. Just all it was a recolor. Then she gets in Smash, and guess what? She's just a recolor. That's all she is.
Yeah.
I mean, her and Richter, I think, are the only two Echoes, in that game who are just reskins.
Hey. Richter has some different properties.
So does Daisy, but who cares?
Actually, no. I
No,
think
I
that
think-
Daisy
no,
like
but-
actually is just a copy and paste.
No, there's some
That's
different
Richter.
properties with their turnips. With
No,
your
no, no.
worst
They
skin.
patched that. That was on
They
accident.
patched it?
That was on
Oh,
accident.
but
Her
What is
turnips
different with Richter?
her turnips were doing smash 4 damage. And they patched
Smash
it.
4 damage.
Yeah, it was using Peach's code, and it was using her damage output from Smash 4. So
That's
so they patched it. Richter's different is his holy water has different properties. Like I think
Yeah.
his counts as aura, and I think his holy water counts as aura, and Simon's counts as actual just fire.
yeah.
But yeah, so we've got through those two topics. Go ahead, Brandon.
what's they even do?
Aura, it's
Nothing.
like one can be absorbed by Ness and the other can't. I think.
Yes.
That's the reskin. Okay.
It's,
pretty much a
Literally,
reskin.
they're basically a reskin. That's just the only property.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and answer 2 questions. And I'll go ahead and answer this one because this one's not that big one. There's one that was asked by Ricky, which is a big one, but I think I'm gonna wait
Big
for when we have like Birdo for that too. I think that's one he'd
Yeah.
have fun answering. So the next one is from Zane, and it's a pretty simple question. Which I don't know. You guys might need to say some thinking, but I got mine easy peasy.
I don't.
Same here.
So
Easy.
Zane asks, if we were to meet someone in the Persona 5 universe, who do we think we would connect with the most? And
Someone say Joker, please.
I'm gonna say Maruki. I think I think I'd connect well with him and be able to have some fun conversations with him.
Mishima. I think we're alike in the way we're both punching bags.
Shut up! Shut up!
I spiritually connected with Mishima on multiple levels.
For me, it's Ryuji. He loves track. I love track. I enjoyed his personality. That's why he's one of my favorite characters in the game, and I think he's like pretty up there in terms of, I guess, my tier list.
Yeah.
I also really loved his social link. I also he's the type of friend I'd hang out with, and I hang out with people like him. So
Yeah.
I think he's a pretty cool dude. I get it why he has his moments on like being the dumb person,
Uh
which is fine. I like it's always good to have a good laugh, but then there's too much, especially one part later in
huh.
the game. I
Yeah.
just think it's like that he just doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about, and that made me upset when they had that. But it's whatever.
I was hoping they would update that, but no.
Yeah. But yeah, so to elaborate on Maruki, I just think he's awesome. He's a really, really chill guy. I think I'd be able to have a lot of good conversations with him just because I connect with Maruki. And he's just a character I feel like I just connect with the most. So yeah, I love Maruki, so that's why. That's all good choices. Um, so the next question is gonna be from AZ, which is another simple one. I'm not gonna go with the second one. I'm gonna go with the third one. Because we just answered a persona related question, and AZ asks us what our favorite game company is, and a game company. I'm assuming he means like devs or like just company in general. I'm gonna go with Nintendo. I always love Nintendo. Oh, I dropped to
No,
zero.
first for me.
This is hard. I don't know what I would decide. I would have to look back at my own. I'd have to look back at my games to see what I would like in terms of game company. There's a lot of game companies I actually enjoy.
Two jump to mind.
Yeah. Oh,
I
so,
think-
I froze. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah,
just say
no,
it.
don't worry. I kept on talking at least.
Yeah, yeah. I saw you guys thinking. I saw when Brand said, "Oh, it froze," and I saw my bitrate go down to 0. I should probably, because I'm not on Ethernet. I should have lowered my bitrate, and I just didn't think to. But the frame drops aren't too bad, so it's fine. It might happen a few more times during the stream, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with I'll go with Nintendo, just because Nintendo. And I've always loved them. And if we're gonna get into specifics, I'm gonna go with the team. Let's see, is it probably Monolith Soft at Nintendo, or the team that makes the main Zelda games.
Hmm.
So I'll go with that.
I don't know. A lot jumped to mind. I love Square Enix with all my heart. Nomura pretty much like
Owns you.
yeah, Nomura owns me. He could do anything he wants to me. But I also like I love Sega because I think it's so fun to look at how much of a train wreck they are at times, and then how they bounce back and are responsible for some really really good games.
If Sonic was still good, maybe they'd be my favorite.
Well, I think that's why I love them so much. Is this so fucking interesting? You can go from making adventure to '06 and it's Shadow the Hedgehog, and then you can be a company that owns like Atlas, and oh, they're such a train wreck, and then they just do these amazing things.
Yeah,
Like-
they're yeah, they are probably the most interesting. So if you go with Sega, that's cool.
But yeah, I think probably Nintendo. I love Nintendo a lot. I have a lot of Nintendo stuff. I grew up with Nintendo. Some of my favorite games are Nintendo. I think just off of favorite stuff that they make, probably Nintendo. Other Square is really good, and I don't know how Sega does it. I hope they make another console one day.
They won't.
I hope so.
They won't.
They won't, but I hope they make
Mhm.
another console one day.
That-
They're crazy enough.
That train left. They're never making another console. If they were to
Console-
make another one, the chance would have probably been, nah, they just won't. They have the IPs to do it, but I don't think they have the confidence to do it anymore.
Wasn't that like didn't weren't they like close or something like a couple years ago? Then weren't people talking about that?
No, that's
Like
a fan
years-
project. That's a fan project that people started that they wanted Sega to pick up.
But no, I hope someone kicks down the door of Sega of Japan and just says Dreamcast 2 and then goes to work. Yeah, Nintendo.
All right.
See, I would say Nintendo will be like my definite, but after last year and me disliking Nintendo a lot, I don't know if I want to say it's my definite one. Oh, if you were to ask me maybe last year or maybe 2 years ago, I'd say yes to Nintendo.
You can. Well, yeah. Never mind. I was gonna say because I know I know the main reason is because of the business practices. I was mostly
And
thinking
it's
of.
also the same thing for Atlas with how they do their fitness practices.
Yeah.
Which is why
Atlas.
I would also would love to say Atlas, but there's a lot of things I don't like about Atlas, especially their DLC. How they deal with
Yeah,
DLC.
their DLC is weird.
So I think if I really want to go for a safe options,
You could also just say like devs inside the companies. Like if you want to say Nintendo, you can go with like a specific team in it.
oh yeah, no, definitely. That's what I was thinking. I'd say maybe for one, it'd be. I'm probably gonna give two, or maybe three. Okay, so for the first one will be HAL Laboratory.
Okay.
For how they used to be, they were really good. Another one would be Neversoft before they disbanded. Neversoft was the ones that made basically most of the skating Tony Hawk games,
Yeah.
and they were amazing, and I still love them to death. Um, I had no issues, especially with how friendly the devs were and how interactive they were. Like especially with all their videos, where even though they didn't know skating and they were making a skating game, they still tried to do it themselves, and I thought that was so cool. There's even a couple of videos up on YouTube. And the third one would be Spike Chunsoft.
Nice.
I enjoy their games a lot, um, and they have a ton of cool games.
Yeah. Do.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I feel like a lot of especially Danganronpa fans really should take a look at all the stuff Spike Chunsoft has
Yeah,
had there.
I'm still definitely gonna be interested in the Zero Escape series.
Yeah.
And I think the Ace Attorney series as well.
No, they don't make
Are
Ace
they?
Attorney.
No, they're not.
Ace Attorney is Capcom.
I just know that they made it a couple other games. Like
AI?
AI Somnia
Yep.
Files. I heard they were pretty good. I'm gonna play that game one day. Once I get rid of a lot of games off my backlog.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and get back to the topics. And the next topic that we're going to get into is one that's not really written here, but still relates to what's going on in the next main topic. So, Lucasfilms Games is now a branch of Disney where that focus on Lucasfilms Games. So,
Good lead-in.
and it's really weird because Lucasfilms Games didn't exist until earlier this week. And the reason that it now exists is because I'm pretty sure Disney sees revenue from movies dropping because of the pandemic, and they see games rising, and they do not want to be exclusive to EA anymore. And to kick off Lucasfilms Games, Indiana Jones is there's an Indiana Jones game being made by Bethesda, and it's a completely original story, not based off of the movies. They're gonna have Indiana Jones punching Nazis though, just because it's the team that makes Wolfenstein, and that's just what Indiana Jones does in like 2 of the movies.
Yeah.
I don't know if either of you are familiar with Indiana Jones.
Kinda. It's been a while.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a really long time since I've seen the movies.
Okay.
I have seen.
Well, yeah. So it's gonna be an original story. I have no idea how it's gonna play. If I had to take a guess, I think this might be like their Uncharted, their version of Uncharted or Tomb Raider. I think they'll make it like that. But it's the devs that made it's the devs that made Wolfenstein, like the team that made Wolfenstein. So, and they've only worked on first-person games. So it's weird. I don't know what they'll do. And also, we're just gonna go ahead and answer a quick question from this is a robbery because he followed earlier. So I want to go ahead and answer one of his questions. He's asking what our favorite game from our favorite console is. I'm gonna go ahead and just say I don't know. I struggle figuring out a favorite console, so I'm gonna just go ahead and say Galaxy 2 on the Wii. I'll just go ahead and say that, just because. I'll just say that.
Oh God.
Oh fuck! I wasn't ready for that one.
I was not ready for that one either. Okay.
I wasn't either. I just I don't have a favorite console.
Yeah, what do you like about the Wii?
What I like about the Wii, I like that it had Super Mario Galaxy 2. I like that it had my favorite 3D platformer of all time. No, Wii's probably not my favorite console. In all honesty, it could be the Switch, but if I'm gonna go with the Switch, then it would be Breath of the Wild.
Do I want to go with the Switch. I mean, the Switch has more things than the PS4 that I like. I played a lot of sports games, and like I would go with PS4, but they had NASCAR, and the Switch doesn't have NASCAR, so I think I like the Switch more. I'm gonna go with Fire Emblem Free Houses on the Switch.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go Galaxy 2 on Wii or Breath of the Wild on Switch.
I'm gonna go.
Genshin.
It's
Oh
really
my
hard.
It's going
I'm gonna just say right off the
sudden.
bat, it'll take me a while to actually think about it, but I'm not gonna make it wait for long. Super Mario 64 to the N64.
All right, sweet, awesome. All right, well there you go, Robbery. All right, so I'm pretty sure we're done with Indiana Jones. Unless do you guys have anything to say about it?
I hope it's third person.
I hope it's third person as well.
I have low expectations for it, especially since it's bought by Bethesda. I know it's being made like it's with the same not the same company, but the same devs as Wolfenstein.
Mhm.
But even then, I heard like the most recent Wolfenstein wasn't that good compared to like the first one that they made.
I heard Youngblood wasn't good either. But I heard Wolfenstein 2 was good.
Yeah, I forgot which one was the most recent. I thought it Wolfenstein soon. It's been a while. I have low expectations for it again because it's one Bethesda. But if it surprises me, then it's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know about expectations. I have pretty good hopes just because I think it'd be cool to have a good Indiana Jones game.
Yeah, I think
Lego Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that one. People love that one.
Where's
All
Lego?
Lego games. Play Lego
I need to
games.
play one of the Lego games because I hear so many people love those.
Play the new Star Wars one coming out.
Oh,
Lego
Star Wars
The Complete Saga is.
I cannot wait for that. Okay.
Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga is fucking phenomenal. It was on the Wii. Standing, you could throw like literally 1,000 hours into that game because it has a shit ton of collectibles in it. It's so good. You can create your own character. It's fantastic. Just yeah, wait until a new one comes out. Yeah, no, but Indiana Jones, I really think it should be third person. I think the novelty of playing an Indiana Jones game is being Indiana Jones because he's cool as shit. I think it's like getting a Batman game and then being in first person. It kind of takes away from it's cool as shit to be like Batman, like with Arkham games.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and go and take that transition that you gave me, Brandon, with Star Wars, and go to the next news topic, which involves Star Wars. And as I said, Disney broke their exclusivity with EA, and right away they announced a new Star Wars game is in development, which is probably not for another few years, but fingers crossed that it's good. So Ubisoft is now taking a crack at making an open world, story driven Star Wars game. And Ubisoft is a mixed bag. In terms of the types of games, I heard good things about Immortals Phoenix Rising. Unfortunately, it's not selling super well. I heard good things about Valhalla actually, but I heard that it's a good game, but it's not a good Assassin's Creed game. So that's what I've heard on that. I've heard I know the formulas have been like really dry lately with open world games. If you look at Watch Dogs, not many people really enjoyed it that much. So Ubisoft is a mixed bag. They were really good, but a lot of the games get really repetitive. So I'm hoping it's good because I would love an open world story-driven Star Wars game. I'm planning on replaying Fallen Order on stream because I love that game and I would really love to replay it, especially with the next gen patch that just released. EA still, just because they broke exclusivity doesn't mean EA can't make more games. I'm sure Respawn is still hard at work at Fallen Order 2, whatever they'll call it, the next Jedi Knight game. So I have high hopes for that because Fallen Order was really good. But I have or high expectations. I mean, I have high hopes for Ubisoft story-driven Star Wars game, but I don't know where my expectations are in that.
I have high expectations from the developer that made NCIS on the Wii in 2011. Like they
NCIS?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about NCIS.
Don't worry about it.
If you don't know, you don't know.
Look it up.
It's a thing. Don't worry about it. NCIS on the Wii. It's a great hit. But
Nope, it's not.
no, I think Ubisoft can do good things. They do a lot of good things. I think if they do bad things, then it's like I think Ubisoft doing bad things is more out of character than them doing good things. So I hope that they put a lot of good effort in. I hope this just ends up being good.
Hopefully.
You hope.
Ivan, you're not super into Star Wars, are you?
I'm not, but I've
Okay.
been watching the movies recently.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, so you know some things. Okay. So you might not be able to really say much on like where, but Brandon, what type of game? I know it's open world story driven. Do you want to play as a Jedi? Do you like what type? Do you want it to take place before a certain episode? Do you want it to take place during a certain episode?
He wants to be in space.
I don't
Do you want it to
know.
be
I mean,
flying based?
it's like
Starlink.
with Ubisoft, it's hard to say like what I want it to be because that could be completely different than what I think Ubisoft will ever do. I
Fun.
think it would be cool to like have the choice of being like a Jedi or someone else in that time, or having customization options would be really nice. Uh, I think maybe have more like blaster combat and being able to have the choice to be a Jedi or to go like Han Solo and just go fucking wild. I think that would be a cool way to handle it. I don't think that's something Ubisoft like will ever do. I don't think I don't believe they're the type to make an open like deep character customization like that where you can have different styles of combat. I don't think they're that type of developer.
Okay.
I don't think they've ever done anything like that. So I mean, I don't know. It's first person would be interesting to see. I think first person would be an interesting mechanic to see for a new Star Wars game, especially
I-
open world and stuff.
I think it's be third person just because it's open world. And most open world games are third person, but they could do it first person. What I will say, what I want from it is, which is, again, high hopes, medium expectations. In 2012, there was a game called Star Wars 1313. It was canceled like very soon after that, and it looked really good.
Sit down, kids. Uncle Tachi's telling the story.
And I would like them to reboot 1313 with the same team that was originally making it, or just make a bounty hunter game. And I think if they don't like reboot 1313, like restart development on it, I think something that they could do is make a Mandalorian game. I think making a
Ooh.
Mandalorian, not like following the story of Mandalorian, but Mando and just an original Mando story. I think Mandalorian could do really well as an open world video game. So yeah, that's what I would like from them, but we'll see what happens. So let's go ahead and get to the next topic, and after this topic, we'll answer 2 more questions from that have been submitted already. So Ivan, I'm sorry, you're probably not gonna have too much in terms of predictions for this. However, Brandon might, and we will stay spoiler free for this.
Will we?
Yes, we will, because I'm pretty sure. No, because that's not a spoiler. So Final Fantasy VII trademarks. Square Enix filed 3 trademarks, but only 2 of them are important. One of them isn't really important, but the important ones are Ever Crisis and The First Soldier. So with Ever Crisis, it's weird because Final Fantasy VII has a lot of like things to it, a lot of parts to it. There's Final Fantasy VII, there's Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, there's Advent Children, there's Before Crisis. There's a lot of A, B, C, D. I forgot what the D one's called, but Ever Crisis is E. I have no idea what this could be, but I think it would be really cool if that's what Remake Part 2 is called. It's called Ever Crisis, and it retells the Crisis Core story, or maybe it's a Crisis Core remake, like Final Fantasy VII Remake Crisis Core, and that's the next part we get, but it's called Ever Crisis instead. That's what I think for that. Brandon, do you have anything you can think of for Ever Crisis?
It would be a fantastic name for a DLC.
Why would they add DLC to Stand Remake?
I never wanted.
The
I don't
DLC is the
know, it
second
would
part.
They do because each
If
part is
you want
gonna
to
be
tell
its
a
own
side
thing.
story, why not?
I guess they could fit one in. They could, but I think they'd get a lot of backlash for that. And I'm not gonna spoil what it could be, but Brandon, based off of how it ended, with someone carrying someone else on their back at the end, it could be that.
I
But
think you could get away with. I mean,
I don't think they'll
okay.
do DLC.
I mean, I think you could get away with a DLC, have it playing to the fact that there's now a shiny new PS5 that maybe Final Fantasy might run better on or something. I don't know. Have a
Brandon,
DLC
we
with,
already
like,
we already know we already know it's getting an update.
yeah,
actually?
like playing into
Well,
that.
okay. So
I didn't know that actually.
so
Is
there's
it
no
actually getting a PS5 like
so
update
there's
for
no
better graphics?
okay, so there's no confirmation on it, but we already know because it specifically says that it's console exclusivity for a year, which means it'll probably get an Xbox Series X port this year around April-ish. And which means if it gets an Xbox Series X port, they'll update the PS4 version to the PS5 version. Which
I really hope
also
so.
which also means we might end up needing to rebuy it if we want that update. Because companies are greedy.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna get,
Activision.
Yeah.
if you're gonna update it to be graphically better and to run better, why not? Why not to hold people over? Release a small DLC. I mean, Final Fantasy VII Remake on its own is already
Because they've probably
just
had
like
this update ready for a while, and the reason they haven't put it out is because of the console exclusivity.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is like if you're going to do that, then you know you're probably going to be at least another year before part 2 comes out. Your game's already only like 35 to 40 hours long. Why not release a small 5-hour DLC? And if you name it Ever Crisis, it plays into like I don't know. I don't know. The names don't really. You can't really get much from the names.
A 5 hour DLC for what I would think that side story would be would not be enough. It would not be enough.
Anything.
But yeah, I just don't think it's DLC. I think worst case scenario, which it might be this. It could be a mobile game. It could be a mobile game.
I hope it's a
We have a
mobile
lot
game.
of Final Fantasy VII mobile game stuff, anyways.
And if it's a mobile game, I'll be sad. Also, what's up,
DLC
Christian?
would
Thank
work.
you. How you doing, buddy?
DLC would work for remake. I think it would work.
I don't think it'll work. I think they get some
I
backlash
think-
because they're already giving us the first part of Final Fantasy VII, which don't get me wrong, it's a full game. It was my game of the year last year, but
Yeah.
it's being split into parts. I just don't see each part getting like a DLC pack. Like I think I don't think so.
Well, I mean, the thing is it's not like
Because
splitting
they
into
they
parts
already
and-
know they're making the next one. Why would they do a DLC pack if they have to go to development like straight after? I don't think they ever stopped development. I think they finished it. They shipped it out and they started development on Remake 2.
No, I mean you could charge $25 for that, and people would buy it, even if it's only like 7 hours long. I mean, it would be a quick money grab.
The DLC is also the reason Final Fantasy 15 got so much backlash and the rest of the DLC got canceled.
Yeah, 7 remake. You just I don't know, you just do some random shit.
Yes, I'm gonna ruin the Final Fantasy VII remake from its hype train and its momentum with DLC. That's gonna be pretty bad just for money grab.
I don't
It
think
is
I don't think
like,
they'll do
remake-
DLC.
like I said, remake is a full game. I mean, it's not like they took the first.
It
I
is a
mean,
full game. It is.
Yeah,
but
like the first 5 hours, and then gave you 5 hours.
yeah,
It was
but
a
you already
full
saw how
game.
people reacted to that. People didn't like that it was
Yes.
split into parts.
Yeah, but it only took years to develop, and it's a 40-hour game. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Do people want to see that game this century? I mean,
I don't know.
She was what?
People, I think it would just cause a lot of backlash, and you're very well right. They could make DLC for it, but I just think it's less likely. And if they do, then I'll take my L on that. I'll tell
It's
you
just
you're right. But
it's hard to say what those names could mean other than DLC. It's say like what those can even be or like anything. I mean, I think Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 is an ugly name. I think that not ugly. I think it sounds cool to me, but like I can understand how people could see that being an ugly name, and especially Square Enix.
what do you mean?
And if you want to
They literally call the games Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X 2.
yeah, 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 they did. I mean, you could use that as a subtitle.
They'll probably call it Final Fantasy, or my immediate thought, which they'll probably call it Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then a certain sub thing. The next thing, the first thing that came into my mind was Final Fantasy VII 2 Remake, or Final Fantasy VII Remake Dash 2, which is like what they always do with their Final Fantasy titles.
I mean, just put a part 2 on there. Just slap part 2 on there. Like slap part 2 and give it some dumbass subtitle. Like I don't know, Epic Crisis, Final Fantasy VII Part 2, Epic Crisis.
I don't think they'll. If they have a subtitle, I don't think they'll call it Part 2. I think they'll call it like Final Fantasy VII Remake Ever Crisis. I think that's what they would call it.
So would it have originally been like The Last of Us Ever Crisis?
Yes.
I don't
Also,
know, I think for video game titles, it looks really ugly when you have a number and then you have another number separate from the first number. And they did that with
Yeah.
Final Fantasy X too. But I think that's like, I don't know. In the year 2021, I don't know what year did Final Fantasy X come out?
2010.
I think 2010 was like 13.
um,
It's just ugly to have Final Fantasy 7 and then have 2 in there somewhere.
I mean, they also did with 13.
Yeah, they did it with 13.
Make it have it say Final Fantasy 7 over 2.
Just go Kingdom Hearts with it.
Oh no!
Oh, I hope they do.
No!
Oh, I hope they
No!
do. And I hope the fucking logo does some dumbass shit because Nomura can't be stopped.
Anyways, so the next trademark that they did was the First Soldier, and I think, all right, so I'm 99% sure this refers to Sephiroth, and I think
Sephiroth DLC.
I think it would be really cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's possible. I think it'd be really cool if they made a game, a Sephiroth game. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, why not?
I don't think it'll happen, but I think that would be cool. Okay.
Sephiroth DLC.
So let's go ahead and answer 2 more questions before getting on to the final 3 topics. And the next question is, I'll go ahead and go with.
Go pick favorites. Pick your favorite.
No, I'm good because we already answered one from AZ and one from Zane. So I'm trying. And who else did we answer one from? I'll go with Lou. So Lou asks.
Zane.
Lou asks, what games do we want to see in 2021? And I guess
But have like a possibility.
Mother 3.
Yeah, like any possibility. I hope God of War 2 doesn't get delayed, and I hope Breath of the Wild 2 comes out this year. That's what I want to see.
Mother 3. That's what I want to see.
One day, Ivan.
One day.
Breath of the Wild 2. Mario Kart 9. I hope it's 9. Please don't count them fucking shitty mobile game. Super Mario Party 2. And that's it for all my reasonable ones before I'm gonna stop there. That's just my reasonable ones. If I keep going, I'm gonna start spouting nonsense about Kingdom Hearts.
No more already said no Kingdom Hearts this year.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said that's it for my reasonable ones.
Yeah, so I'm hoping Ragnarok doesn't get delayed, and I'm hoping Breath of the Wild 2 comes out this year. So I'll go with that. All right, and then we'll go ahead and answer one more question, and we'll go ahead and choose We answer this every time at the beginning of the stream, so I'm gonna delete that one.
Poor
We answer
Ricky.
that. Yeah, poor Ricky. We answer that every
What-
time. Every time we start
what
the
was it?
stream. He asked what games do you play off stream.
Oh yeah.
And we answer that every time at the beginning of the streams. Okay, this one is relevant right now. I don't want to talk too much about this, so I'll be brief about it. So Ginka asks, he wants to hear people's thoughts on the Game Explain situation, and I'll give my cliff notes because I don't want to talk about it too much, just because I think it'll just bring the vibes down. TLDR, I think it's horrible. I don't like it. Andre's first response was bullshit. His second response was a lot better, and it's the response that we should have gotten the first time. And I hope he learns, and I hope that he's treating his current employees a lot better. That's it. That's all I have to say about it.
I googled Game Explain once, saw one thing that it was a bad workplace. I did not look more into it. I just saw it was a bad workplace, and I'm like, that's cool. I forgot it was on the podcast notes.
Yeah.
And I do want to say that GameXplain is getting a lot of flack for it, or Andre specifically, which, to be fair, he deserves. If anyone here has, which I don't think anyone has, if anyone here has had any hateful things in like GameXplain's comments or anything, I would encourage you guys to stop, because that is still everyone else's job, and they are still working over there. And I don't think Andre's behavior should reflect on everyone else who is working hard there. That's all I wanted to say about that. And also, this is also something that happens a lot in the gaming industry, which sucks. But I think that this coming out is good, and I think more stuff should come out for other companies as well. Ivan, do you have anything you wanted to say about it?
I'm good.
You're good? All right.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. So yeah, those are those are just my opinions on it. Give everyone else at Game Explain a lot of love, because they're all good. Tris and Chris. I think Tris is my favorite member. He's really cool. But yeah, I just really hope Andre learned. So there's that. Let's go ahead and get back to our final topics, which two of them are pretty lengthy, or one of them is more lengthy than the other. The other, I don't know how much you guys are going to talk about. This one is pretty short. New Pokemon Snap. We got a surprise trailer yesterday. It was really, really cool. I had no idea. I had no idea we were going to get this so soon. I thought we would get a trailer next month. I think we're going to get a Pokemon Direct next month for Pokemon Day. It looks really good. It looks beautiful, and I'm excited. It comes out April 30th.
I didn't watch it.
I've never been a huge fan of Pokemon, so I haven't really caught up with Pokemon news.
Okay. And Brian, you just didn't watch it?
I saw a picture. I'm like, oh yeah, Pokemon Snap. That was announced. I didn't know there was a full trailer. I didn't actually know.
It was announced last year.
I thought, yeah, no, I know it was announced last year. I thought that's why it was the podcast, is because we're getting closer to it.
It had no release date last year.
I thought it did. I thought it had like a time.
It had no. It just said now in development or in production.
Yeah,
boy.
yeah,
About to
Pokemon
get
Snap's
some,
cool.
it's about to get some Metroid 4 treatment soon.
No,
It
Pokemon
is in
Snap-
development. It has been in development for so long. We had gotten no news until recently.
Yeah.
Could be fun.
We're gonna. Adrian highlighted this message, so we're just gonna go ahead and quickly answer it, since we don't really have much else to say on Pokemon Snap, because Berto isn't here, and he probably would have talked about it with me.
It's really cool. I'm glad it's
Probably.
happening. I'm glad it's happening, and it's a great anniversary gift to the fans.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
All right. So Adrian is asking if there are any features we would want on Switch, like messages, party systems, etc. And I want to say, for messages, I don't. If I want to message a friend, I'll message them on Discord or text them or something. I don't really message I don't really have any friends that I play with that are exclusively on my Switch, so that's not an issue for me. I see why it's an issue for some people. Also, party system. I haven't gone to a party like a system party in so long. I prefer talking on Discord because it usually has better quality, anyways. Uh, I just prefer. I just don't really care for party system. Something I would like. I would like folders and themes. That's it. Those are the only things that I would want.
Um, personally,
Oh,
I
wait,
don't think they
wait.
should.
I would like Bluetooth connectivity for headphones, but
Yeah.
that's it. Those three. Those three are the things I would like. I don't really care for party systems or messaging, though.
I think I don't think there's a direct, unless I don't know. I don't think there's a direct message system, but there's voice chat on the Nintendo app. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Can we not do that? Can we just have all the features on the app just be on the Switch?
Yeah,
I saw no
Uh,
reason why they had to do that.
personally, I think that there should never be direct messages or a voice chat system on the Switch itself. I think there are too many children on the console, and I think Nintendo realizes there are too many children on the console. I think direct messages is a bad idea. Um, voice chat, sure, you've already done that. You've already gone knee deep into that. If you want to do voice chat, then sure. I don't think there should ever be direct messages, though. I think that's a bad idea. Themes and folders. Folders, cool. That's nice. Folders would be nice. The fact that we don't have themes right now is a little crazy because they push that shit hard on the 3DS. I think it gives consoles. I think it gives specific people personality. Um, I think it makes the console yours. You don't need badges. Badge system kind of sucked. I think it was great. I loved it, but I can understand that wasn't the best. Um, yeah, so just themes. Give us themes. I'll pay $3 per theme. Hell, even 4 if it's cool enough. Something like PlayStation 4 themes. That PlayStation 4 themes are fantastic. But the biggest thing, give us achievements. I just want an achievement system like PlayStation or Xbox. I would love a reason to go back and play games outside the stuff in the games themselves. Like, genuinely, just give us an achievement system. Let us count score. Give us a fucking like a ranking on our friends on your new Nintendo Switch Online thing. That app you put on there that was cool. Put a ranking system. Who has the most achievements? Who completes the most games? Do something like that. I that's what I want really badly, the most. And themes.
I only want three things: a party system, because I very much dislike having to have to decide whether I want to have my headphones for Discord or the Switch, and then either way, there's always going to be a speaker out there. I'd rather just have both uh, me talking to my friends and hearing the game in one place. I'm tired of having to wear two headphones or having a speaker out there because I hate I just hate whenever something drowns me out or whenever it kind of leaks or bleeds in. I just want a party system. I want achievements, and I also want what was it? Oh, N64 GameCube Virtual Consoles. Like I wish that was a part of the subscription.
We'll get to that in a
Or
second.
either
I
that,
got something ready.
or I would have much preferred GBA games. Like even if it wasn't N64 GameCube, I would have much preferred GBA games. There's a lot of great Game Boy games that I really wish that were on the Switch as like as like the subscription games, whatever. I forgot what it's called.
Okay. Also, I do want to respond to Adrian. Adrian, it's not just because I have an Elgato that gives me the same sound. Even when I didn't have an Elgato, I still prefer talking on Discord just because I just don't like talking on party chats. That's just me. It's not because I have an Elgato that I prefer it. I've been like that my whole life. I've never really enjoyed talking on party chats. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get to the next news topic, which is a pretty big one because it's a lot of them. We have a lot of game anniversaries this year, and even with the ones that I have written down, I probably missed a good amount of them. These are just the ones that I saw that I think have a good shot at being celebrated this year. And the first one I'll talk about, which I think we can all talk about, is the Persona 25th anniversary.
Real quick, what sparked this was there was a tweet that was made that got really popular. It was a giant block. If you're in the U.S., not Japan, but if you're in the U.S., then there are like 24 at least major anniversaries for various things. Um, it does count more specific things. Like it counts Gen 4 Pokemon, but also counts regular Pokemon on that list. The tweet is here. I'll link the tweet in your chat if I'm allowed to, if I won't get banned.
No, you're
There's the
fine.
tweet.
I turned Automod off.
Oh yeah, I forgot you did. Yeah, so there's the link. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, Persona 25th anniversary. I think there's a chance. I don't think it'll. Okay, I think there's a chance, and it'll just be like a now in development. I think there's a chance that they'll announce Persona 6, like a super tease, and like a Metroid Prime 4 type of tease, where they're like, Persona 6 is now in development. I think there's a chance they do that for Japanese audiences. I think Strikers is our 25th anniversary game. Like for the US. And I think they're gonna port more older games. Oh, actually, okay. Actually, I'm gonna take that back. For Persona Anniversary, I think they could also remake Persona 3, maybe, and
Persona 5 fighting game.
announce that instead. Persona 5 Arena would be really cool. Right, I'll let
I
you guys
really
go ahead
hope
and
for
talk.
Persona 3 remake. That's just like my biggest hope for this
Persona
year.
3 remake would be really cool.
My notes include not a clue. Maybe a fighting game. Maybe port Persona 4 Golden to modern consoles. Maybe the fact that it went to PC and didn't go to PS4 immediately after was shocking, especially considering how much it sold. Maybe it doesn't work on there. I don't know.
I
mean-
think it was more. I think they more ported Persona 4 Golden to Steam just because of how well Catherine did.
I think that's just a lot of mismanagement at Atlas.
Like it sold so well. It was such a huge, massive deal. It sold really well. P4 Persona 4 Golden when it went to PC. That I can't believe that we made it to 2021 without that game going to the PS4. I think it should be on modern consoles. You don't have to get wild and put it on an Xbox or put it on the Switch. You don't have to go crazy. But the fact that it's not, you can't play it on a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 is it's a little weird. I don't know. If you want to celebrate the 25th, you do something with Persona 3. People love that game. Not as many people, but people do. So I mean, I know someone I know has the opinion that they don't care for P4, but they really like P3. Isn't that you, Ivan?
That's me.
Yeah, that's you. People, yeah,
Oh,
people like
Dan-
Persona 3.
Dana just hymned in the chat. She's gonna.
I know.
I don't know. They never did a Persona 5 fighting game, but has the time for that passed? I don't
What do you
know.
mean has it passed?
Like, is it like because we're on the I guess we're on the back end of the Persona 5 characters. I don't know
So-
when P4's fighting game was released.
So
Um,
no, so there was a rumor way back when Joker was first announced. There was a leak that happened where this guy basically leaked everything about Joker stage. I don't remember how much he got correct, but if I remember correctly, he got most of it correct. And he also said that Persona 5 Arena or fighting game is in development. And he also said it was delayed because they were working on a Grand Blue Fantasy fighting game. At that point, a Grand Blue Fantasy fighting game by Arc Systems was not announced. Last year, a Grand Blue Fantasy fighting game came out by Arc System. I just dropped frames again.
Oh, Brandon, real quick. You asked when Arena came out for the fighting game for Persona 4. It released the same year as Golden.
Okay. Then, oh, touchy first again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
no. I was asking because I'm not
Sorry about
super in
that.
touch with a lot of.
No
I'm not.
worries.
It's not like with like Sega Nintendo, but I feel like I can give like an honest guess onto a lot of things. Persona, I'm a little out of touch with that, so I didn't know how far into like the transition from P4 to P5, like that fighting game came out with, because we are like on the back end of Persona 5's lifespan. I mean, its lifespan is pretty much as long as Atlas wants it to be at this point. People are gonna support anything Persona 5, but I don't have a lot of knowledge about the Persona like spin-offs.
Okay. Speed of Persona spin-offs. This is an anniversary relay. It could be. I would. They won't do it. The time has passed. The game came out 2 years ago now. I would have liked them to have Royal DLC for dancing.
Yeah, I want DLC for Persona 5 Dancing.
I think just one pack, a Royal pack, and I think that would have been nice. I don't
I'm
think
trying to
it's,
see some of the new characters, man.
yeah, I don't think it's happening. I think the time's already passed. I think it would have came out in Japan last year. Unfortunately, not gonna happen. Which is sad, but oh well.
Which, I mean, I mean, when that game, if any, that they could do DLC for, be. I mean,
You cut off what?
wouldn't the dancing game be the easiest to do any sort of DLC for?
Yeah,
mean-
and they do, but
Yeah.
I just don't think they just didn't do the DLC that I wanted. Uh,
They also have HD versions of the Persona 3 assets, but come on, Atlas. Persona 3 Remake.
they have HD assets for both 3 and 4. But all right, let's go ahead and get into the
For
next.
4, I thought they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Well, I guess HD for the Vita.
No, because the PS4.
Well, yeah, I thought they just pretty much ported the code from Persona 4 Dancing on the Vita towards the PS4.
Yeah,
Like,
but
there wasn't any updated graphics.
well, the resolution was updated.
Hmm.
The graphics themselves weren't, but the resolution was. So they do have HD models of that. I think it's in 1080p now. I'm pretty sure the Vita screen is only 480, maybe no, I think it's 480. I don't think it ever reached 720.
It's not that good.
So the next anniversary that I have listed is Pokemon 25th anniversary. I'm gonna go ahead and just say I think we're getting Diamond and Pearl remakes this year, or Platinum. I don't know what version they'll go with. Probably just call it friggin' I don't know, something Pearl, something Diamond. I think we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it this year.
Soul and Spirit.
I'm not arguing that Vita doesn't have good graphics. I'm talking about the resolution. I don't think the Vita. I don't think the Vita has a 720p screen. I think the Vita has a 480p screen. And we're just talking about that the resolution was upgraded from Persona 4 Dancing Vita to the PS4 version.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm not talking about like the graphics visually, because the Vita does have really good looking games.
I think
Mhm.
someone asked the question earlier. I don't know if that was towards us or just people in the chat.
No, that was for us. I'm keeping it in mind. I was gonna ask it after we're done with
Got it.
the anniversaries.
Got it.
I don't know what the question was. I missed it, I think.
No,
Fine, we'll get to it.
We'll get to it after the anniversaries. So yeah, I think we're getting Diamond Pro remakes. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on Pokemon's anniversary.
I'm not caught up on Pokemon at all.
I would love to see Gen 4 remakes. That was my generation. That's what I grew up in. And what I got
Why
into
don't you play the
Pokemon.
new Pokemon games, Brandon?
Huh?
Do you play the new Pokemons?
Yeah, Gen 8 sucked.
Oh, you
No,
just
Gen
don't
8
like.
was good. No, Gen 8 was fantastic. I love Gen 8. Gen 8 was really good. It had its the wild area was cool. I think the wild area should have been 2, and it should have been split in half and had that more with story progression. but I could see why they didn't. But no, Gen 8 was good. I would love to see Gen 4 remakes. But I would also love to see them just hand them Let's Go Johto and fuck this fan base. Because they've been very whiny the past few years, and I think that would be really funny. I would absolutely. Either way, if we get Gen 4 remakes, I love Gen 4 with all my heart. If we don't, and they just give you Let's Go Johto and Pokemon Snap, I will sit back and stare at Twitter for a week, and it would bring joy for both outcomes. Which, yeah, I mean, Let's Go Johto could be possible.
Well, I just checked the DMs, Diana. It's still not 720p. It's 960 by 544.
Yeah, I also sent a link as well, showing that it is not 1080p. It is very easy to tell if it's 1080p or not, and the Vita is not.
It doesn't reach. It goes to 544p, which still isn't full HD. Like I said, I'm not saying anything bad about the Vita. I'm just saying that they now have HD assets of the Persona 4 models because it's on PS4 now. Now they have what happened?
It's a dumb joke, don't worry.
Oh.
I asked who bought a Vita.
Oh. Alright, so that's what we have for Pokemon 25th Anniversary. So the next big anniversary we got is Resident Evil 25th Anniversary, which we got news about.
Isn't Resident Evil 8 coming out this year?
Yes.
Village.
Yes, Resident Evil Village.
Yeah, probably one.
I know people are really
that.
hyped about that game.
That's probably the anniversary thing. I don't know. Don't they like porting shit? Haven't they ported like 4 games to the Switch or something?
They
Yeah.
ported Resident Evil 2 and
Yeah.
4.
I don't know. Just port something. Happy anniversary.
No, I don't think Resident Evil 2
Or
is
no,
on
they
Switch.
remade 2 and ported 4.
Yes.
I forgot they do the remakes. Those
the
are like really good. Apparently.
The remakes aren't on Switch. They're remaking 4 right now, which is probably still a ways away. I think so. RE8 is getting released this year, and I think we're gonna get a release date on. I think we're getting a release date. On the 21st? I don't know what day that is. On the 21st, I think we're getting a release date because they're having a whole Resident Evil Direct. They're having a Resident Evil presentation. Yeah, they're having a Resident Evil presentation, and they said that they're going to show a new trailer for the game, the first look at gameplay of it, and they said more Resident Evil news, and I think they're going to announce Revelations 3 for the Switch. I think
Yeah, I'm the wrong person to talk to about Resident Evil.
Birdo! Birdo, come back!
I'm sorry about this.
Birdo, come back! I need you to talk to me about this.
The only Resident Evil games I've ever played is the
I've only played
RE2
4 for
remake.
like 4 hours. When I went to my friend's house and stole his GameCube version of the game, and just played there.
Oh,
and then I
man.
got lost because I couldn't understand the controls.
Oh.
But the controls were really wonky on GameCube, so I just stopped playing.
Yeah, I played the demo for RE2, and I stood in the main.
I played the demo for RE1, I think. Oh my gosh. Just do it.
So the next anniversary that's gonna be. Well, actually, no. Wait. Don't want to talk about this one next. Actually, I'll talk about this. Okay, I'll talk about this one later. So I'm gonna go with Dragon Quest.
Yeah, let's save that one.
No, we're gonna
We
save
got
that
them.
one for later. So Dragon Quest 35th Anniversary. I don't think we're gonna get that much. Like in terms, I don't think we're gonna get an actual game this year. I think we're gonna get an announcement of Dragon Quest 12 though. Like even if it's just like a super tease.
Been 3 years since Dragon Quest 11 came out originally, and they've made sure to show that game as much love as possible.
Dragon Quest?
Yeah, Dragon Quest 11 came out in 2017. I checked before the podcast because man, I could not tell you that year.
It sold horribly
But-
in 2017.
Wait, what?
It sold horribly.
Well, they've
Really?
given that game a ton of love.
In 2017, it sold It sold horribly
I
because
thought it was super popular in Japan.
well,
Or is that
yes,
just Dragon Quest series in general?
it's all Dragon Quest in general is just super popular in Japan, but 11 sold horribly in the US on PS4, and it sold really, really well when it got the definitive edition on the Switch. The reason why it sold so poorly is because Square Enix doesn't know when to release their games, and they released it like the day before Spider-Man came out, or 2 days
Oh,
before.
yeah, huh.
They released it like really, really close by.
Yeah,
I forgot
it's
about that.
it's been 3 years since they made that game, so Dragon Quest 12, sure. It's been 3 years. That's enough time to get yourself ready. I mean, I I, I think didn't the definitive edition do well? I felt like it did well.
Yes, definitive.
It did do well.
Yes, that's the one that did
That's the
well.
one that came with the controller, right? That's the one that came with the slime controller, or
no,
that's just
no,
a separate accessory.
no, that's a separate accessory. Definitive edition is just the Switch port. Because the Switch port is like was built from the ground up for the Switch, and
Mhm.
it's Dragon Quest 11, but it adds a lot of stuff to it. So yeah, so I think we might get a tease for Dragon Quest 12, but I don't think it'll be like a full reveal. So the next anniversary we'll talk about is I'll go to the bottom. I'll go to the bottom, and we're gonna talk about Donkey Kong 40th. And I don't think they're gonna do much for it, which is unfortunate.
No,
Maybe
Maybe
we'll
a tweet.
get maybe we'll get um uh
A nice
Country
tweet.
Returns. Maybe you'll get Country Returns HD or something. But what I would like is the third one to complete the new trilogy for Returns, Tropical Freeze, and then the third one. I would like that. I don't think it'll happen, but I think that would be cool.
I don't know how big of a studio Retro is, but they're busy with Prime 4 at the moment, so I doubt we're getting anything brand new for the country game. Maybe an HD port. I don't think anything. I mean, 40 is a real big deal.
Yeah.
It
So,
is a really to make it a 40 in video games is super difficult. That means you were there at the start.
yeah, I'd like them to do it, but it just won't. And it is that is the start, Brandon, because Donkey Kong was Mario's first appearance.
Yeah, you were there at the start of
No,
video
it was
games.
Jumpman. That was a different person.
Yeah.
Also, did you know that apparently one of the rules on the Donkey Kong arcade machine, because my professor actually told me this in class. One of the rules was jump button makes Jumpman jump.
That's funny. That's really funny.
No, unfortunately, I think Retro's too busy. Someone else can port Country Returns if they want. I mean, that game is only on 3DS and Wii.
Hmm.
I think they ported it once to 3DS.
Okay.
So, but I honestly, I could very much see this year ending with just a nice tweet about 40 years. A nice art piece. That's all I got for Donkey Kong. I don't
All right.
have it.
All right. No, that's cool. Also, Evan says Pokemon Platinum Remastered when? I think we're gonna get it this year. But I don't think it'll be Pokemon Platinum. I think it'll be Diamond and Pearl, maybe, but it'll add the Platinum content.
I hope it's Let's Go Johto.
It could be Let's Go Johto, but I think we're getting Sinnoh remakes.
Yeah,
And as per usual with Pokemon fandom, it's gonna cause a storm. If people are gonna be upset, but they're gonna buy it, and they're gonna say boycott Pokemon Company. They don't do what we want, but they're gonna buy it anyways. And like they did it with Sword and Shield, they tried to boycott Sword and Shield, and what did Sword and Shield do? Sword and Shield broke sales records. So uh yeah. So the next anniversary we'll talk about is Metroid 35. I think that they do have Metroid plans this year. I have
Just a teaser trailer.
I have two possibilities. I don't think they're going to show Metroid Prime 4 this year though.
Sword and Shield, none of them.
Yeah, Ben sucks.
Sorry.
Uh, I think that either Metroid Prime Trilogy will finally come out, a Metroid Prime Trilogy HD, or the rumored 2D Metroid that I believe I think it was supposed to come out this past year, and I also think it was delayed internally. That's what I think they're gonna do with Metroid.
Just give them Prime 4 news. This poor fucking fan base.
I don't think
I
we're
feel
getting.
so bad.
We're not gonna get Prime 4 news this year. Maybe next year.
Nope.
We
Maybe
started.
probably next year when they're ready.
I mean, even just a statement, just like, "Hey guys, everything's okay."
I would expect maybe if I were to expect anything, I'd probably be like a teaser trailer. But that's all.
I mean, I just feel bad for the Metroid fan base. It's all uphill from here. Luckily for that, I think a lot of good is coming from the Metroid series. Hopefully, if Prime 4 comes out, then that game's just bad.
I don't think
Imagine
so.
that.
I think they're taking a lot of time on it, and well, I don't think Nintendo will let it. I think Nintendo will cancel it before Metroid Prime 4, like if it's bad, because
Yeah,
because
no,
they
no,
restarted development. They restarted development because they didn't like what the teams that were working on it were making.
and they gave it to a really good studio to develop it, the original one.
Yeah. So I know you guys don't really have too much to say about Metroid, so we're gonna go ahead and go to the next one.
Praying for this fan base.
So the second to last anniversary we'll talk about is Sonic 30th anniversary. Is that or 30th or 35th?
We're gonna get Sonic Mania 2.
30th, yeah. I think Mania 2 is a good possibility. I hope.
Mania 2 is easy.
I think we're getting Mania
Sonic
2
Mania
and a
2.
3D game this year. I think we're getting both. And I'm hoping the 3D game is Sonic Adventure 3, although I don't have high hopes that it is Sonic Adventure 3.
What was the other bad one? What was the other bad
Forces?
Sonic game?
Forces, Sonic 06.
No, like it was
Boom.
before. It was after Sonic 06 and before Sonic Forces.
Boom?
Sonic Boom 2.
Oh,
Again, Sonic
no.
Boom 2.
No, they dropped Boom. The TV show's gone. They gave up on that.
The
Fun
TV show.
fact,
TV
there
show
were
was pretty good.
Boom
The
games.
TV show was really fun.
Yeah, there was 2 Boom games. I don't think people remember that there was a 3DS one. That was
What is-
also
No
not
one
good.
cares about 3DS.
Put it in the
Yeah.
blender.
Kidding.
Oh, if you say so. No, for not the baby.
When
Oh man.
Knuckles is canonically a feminist.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh man, Sonic Boom was such a good show. But yeah,
Like
So-
they butchered Knuckles' character design, but I think everyone else was pretty cool to be honest. It
Yeah.
kinda grown me. I
but
really liked Amy's design.
Mhm.
yeah, I think we're getting 2 games this year, and I think it's gonna be a classic and 3D Sonic game. And we were supposed to get them revealed last year, but that never happened.
Same. I think I honestly I think Mania 2 is 100%. I think if
Yeah.
when you have a game that did that well on its first try, did so well that you got a upgraded edition released, and
Yep.
I think that one did just as well. That also did really well, and also I mean I don't know I don't know anything, but I feel like that's not incredibly difficult to develop in comparison to what bullshit Sonic Team goes through for the
Yeah.
3D ones. Because didn't they use a lot of old Sonic assets to make Mania?
I don't
No.
I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
I don't think they did. Well, maybe actually, kinda, because Christian Whitehead had ported old Sonic games, and I think he used some of the same software for Mania. So maybe, but I don't know.
But no, I think Mania 2 is locked in. I want to say that the 3D game, because I do think we're getting both, is going to be adventure free. I think it should be adventure free. Yeah, I think it absolutely should be. 30 years in, I feel like you got to go back to the best thing you ever did, and that was the best thing they ever did. I will stand by that.
All right.
Actually, no, Mania is the best thing they probably did.
Mania has been the best thing since the original Sonic trilogy.
No,
Yeah,
Adventure 2 used to be the highest rated game. Then Sonic Mania took it.
Yeah, no, okay. So Mania is the best thing. Okay, the best 3D thing you ever did by far was Adventure 2. You should absolutely make an Adventure 3.
I
You should
think it
not
was
do
Sonic
something
Colors.
gimmicky. Just in
I think it
Sunshine
was
too.
Sonic Colors. Yeah, but you also think no, never mind. I'm not gonna. I
Wait, for a
already
mascot?
I already roast you enough for the game for some of the games that you
No,
like.
no, no.
I'm done.
No, Colors is really good. I wish I actually could finish that. Yeah, Sunshine's also really good. I love Sunshine. Great game. Um, but no, I want it to be Adventure 3. I think it's gonna be some gimmicky shit like Forces. Personally, I really like the character creation in Forces, and I was actually a fan of Forces. I thought it was fun.
Wasn't there
I
a
don't,
Joker costume in Forces?
Yes.
yeah, it was pre-order bonus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember
Yeah.
in Dancing they have the Sonic costume.
Yeah. And
No,
I mean, they just added Sonic and Puyo Puyo. The Puyo Puyo Tetris 2. That's our anniversary celebration. There you go. Well, okay. Now on to Zelda 35th. This is the big one. This is the one I wanted to save for last. I think we're getting a
we gotta
collection.
wrap this up.
Yeah, I think we're getting a collection, and I think Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out. That's it. That's what I want to say for that.
I think the 35th anniversary is going to be snubbed again, and it's going to be only released until March 31st, 2022.
Breath of the Wild 2? Sure. Yeah. I think it's like pretty much the closest thing you can get to a guarantee that we're probably going to see another trailer this year, or an actual trailer, not a teaser, for Breath of the Wild 2. I in my heart, I want to say it's a November release. I feel November, if not that, December. Um, I think that's its. I think that's its anniversary piece for Zelda this year. I think it's Breath of the Wild 2. I don't know if you do a collection. It would be cool. I mean, it's not like the Hesitant 2. They gave you Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on 3DS.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So
so
I think. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, joking aside, I wonder how they're actually going to, like, what they're going to give for Zelda. Because for Mario 35th, they gave the collection. They also did the Mario 35.
a subpar battle
Um,
royale game that will go
yeah.
away after March.
I think
Um,
I think they're replacing it with Zelda 35.
How are they going to do that?
What do you mean?
Same thing.
Yeah, like,
It's the same thing. Zelda randomized dungeons, and you spawn enemies in other people's dungeons.
Randomized screens, even. I don't know.
I think that's what they could do, but I don't know if they'll do it. But I think there's a chance. But
It would be better.
I do think okay. I think the collection is going to be Wind Waker HD plus Twilight Princess HD. But it's also giving them too much credit because they could sell those separately for $60 and people will absolutely buy them.
probably.
So that's the collection I hope for. I also think there's a chance we could get Skyward Sword HD.
What did you think would be in the collection again? Because I think we said for sure, like, not for sure, but like high hopes for Ocarina, Majora's, and what else? In terms of the collection?
I don't know. It depends on who's. I think it depends.
Would it be Wind
how
Waker?
much- I think it depends on how much effort they want to put. I mean, you already. I mean, just do Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, and
Because they could just kind of reuse the same assets they did for the 3DS.
yeah,
Just update them up a little bit.
yeah. Just I mean, you have that. I mean, you've done it before. I mean, I would imagine it's easier to do it for Switch than it was the time you did it for 3DS.
Although
I mean,
that is a good question. Would they? I don't even know if they would ever do a collection because they already technically did the remakes for them.
yeah, just sell them on Switch. I mean,
I guess
take
they
more
would
money
be
off.
able to relate some on Switch now.
Yeah. Did the Twilight Princess remakes have Wiimote support? Because they're on the Wii U, and the Wii U could handle Wiimotes.
No, I don't think so.
I
It
don't
had
know.
GameCube support.
I
It had
don't know.
GameCube support.
I have no
Maybe.
idea.
It'd be weird because the Wii U came with a like sensor bar.
Yeah,
It came with one.
I have no idea.
I could look that up.
Do that for well, shit. You can't do that because there's no pointer. You can't just use the Joy-Con. I mean, they didn't have to for Galaxy, but I think it's a separate problem. I don't think you can just use the Galaxy fix, can you? If you use Joy-Cons?
Apparently, the motion controls for Twilight Princess was like very little compared to like Skyward Sword, where like the entirety of Skyward Sword was based around motion controls. Twilight Princess had like a little bit of it. I never played the game. I'm just looking it up. But it did have a few, but I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard to still transfer it over because it was originally a GameCube game.
Yeah, just do Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Twilight Princess. If that's the easy route, if you want a more difficult route, do Wind Waker, uh, and Twilight Princess, or you do just Skyward Sword, or maybe just Skyward Sword and Wind Waker, and leave out Twilight Princess. I think the further you get past Twilight Princess, the harder it will be for them to do that. It depends on how much effort they want to put in.
Okay. I think worst case scenario for the collection is just Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina.
But I think best case scenario is okay. Best case realistic scenario. Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD for realistic. So I think that is the best, like the like for more realistic. I think that's best case scenario. But yeah. So hopefully, I don't think Skyward Sword is gonna get an HD. Well, actually, hold on. If Breath of the Wild 2 does not come out this year, if it does not come out this year, then I think they could replace it with Skyward Sword HD. But I think they really want to release it this year. I think
Do
they
you
want.
remember how many trailers they gave Breath of the Wild before it was released, other than the giant one, or was it really like complete silence until the giant trailer and then releasing release date?
It was one E3 trailer, like actual trailers, E3.
Yeah.
E3 2016 was one trailer, and then it was silent until January 2017 when they revealed the date.
That's right. Okay.
It was silent until then, so we'll see. And they've only shown one trailer, and I think I do think it can release this year. I think that has a good shot of releasing this year. I believe. Could be my optimism, but I believe.
Yeah, maybe.
So that was the last anniversary we're going to talk about. We're going to go ahead and wrap up by just giving some quick predictions. Actually, hold on. Okay, so
Quick predictions.
Oh, hold on. Before we get to that, we're gonna give a quick answer to what Jerry asked earlier. He just wants our opinions on remade maps coming to COD. And do we think it's lazy, or do you think it's a good for a business perspective? I think it's smart for a business perspective. I like it when they remake maps, as long as they don't overdo it in terms of like that's not the only things that they do. I think it makes people happy, and I think it's also a smart business decision because some people that are upset see the map that they like and they're like, "Ooh, I want to play that." So I personally enjoy it, but I know a lot of people dislike it. So that's my opinion on it.
Hijacked. That's all I want.
I'm fine with remake maps. I just wish Cold War had a lot more maps than just the 8 default ones. And even then, like some of those are just like cut offs from giant maps. I was fine with when Raid come out for Cold War. Like it's a pretty good map, especially since it came from Black Ops 2. I just don't like it whenever they make when they do remakes for zombies. Like I think it's way too excessive. It's completely ridiculous. I wish they would have already released it like brand new zombie maps.
It's a good transit remake.
Black Ops 4 being half of remakes, and even then, half of them they were pretty bad.
Yeah. I think the Black Ops 3 remakes were good.
Even then, I still thought that it was excessive. Like Revelations was not that like at the time it was released. I thought it was pretty good, but it's kind of hard to go back to because
well, I'm not
it's
talking about
kind of
Revelations because Revelations is like a mashup of a bunch of maps. I'm talking about like Zombies Chronicles when they actually like it wasn't like a remake. It was like an actual like kind of like a remaster of like Kino, Shangri-La, all of those. I really liked those.
Yeah, I was perfectly fine with that, but they were going way too excessive for Black Ops 4, in my opinion.
I'm glad
I'm
I did.
perfectly fine with them remaking maps. I don't think it's lazy. I think it's kind of nice, especially since how they did remade maps for Modern Warfare Remastered. They did those pretty good. They were doing those fairly well for remake maps. I was happy with how they did them. But in other games, I didn't really care about them. Cold War, I also don't really care about them. I don't really like Cold War that much anyway, so
My favorite Zombies map is still Garot Krovi though.
I don't play zombies.
might as well be Origins. Origins will always be my favorite map.
Origins good. All right. Well, those are opinions on the COD maps being remade. As for our last
topic for next time,
what happened?
do you want to just leave the last topic for next time so we can go more in depth?
We could, because this is something that we could talk about for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that. I'm gonna wrap it up because I know you gotta get going, Ivan.
Yeah, I do.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it at that. But before we go, I'm gonna go ahead and let everyone get themselves out and plug whatever they want to plug. So Ivan.
I'm just in Discord. I don't have any. I don't stream or anything.
All right. So if you want to talk to Ivan a bit more, you guys can join the Discord and talk to him there. Brandon.
Twitch.tv/TheSimMajubi. Playing Persona 4. Hopefully. Someone try.
Someone link his channel.
Someone link his channel. Don't link my channel.
Or type in the chat, Brandon. You didn't type at all. Yeah, go follow Brandon. He's playing through Persona 4 Golden right now, hopefully. He's gonna see if it works. And then he's gonna play through Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Adrian. And for me, of course, you're watching me right now. I'm currently streaming through. Oh, actually, I just finished Miles Morales. So I'm currently streaming through Age of Calamity. That's the only main game that I'm streaming right now. I'm gonna start. Ghost of Tsushima sometime soon on stream, and Saturdays are my non-main game days. Podcast on the channel every other Friday, so not next Friday, but in 2 weeks we'll have the next episode live, and it won't have as many frame drops because it won't have as many frame drops because this time I just completely forgot to lower my bitrate, which is my bad. Also, Toby, Brandon, and Ivan do. I don't. If you want to talk to them more about it, you can join the Discord and talk to them about it there. But with that, this was episode 5 of the Midnight Channel. We're going to go ahead and end it there. Thank you guys so much for coming by. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are the best. You guys are going to kiss. And I'll see you guys next time. Good night, everyone.
See ya.